Hello and welcome back to the Snappiness YouTube channel, where I shoot with old cameras. In this video series, I'm going over the unique camera system that is the Ricoh GXR. If you haven't already, go check out my first video going over the massive APS-C A16 module. That's the largest and the last module ever made for the system before its discontinuation. And because of that, I thought it appropriate for this next video to go over the smallest module, and one of the two released when the camera system was first launched. This is the Ricoh GXR S10 module, and it's the cheapest and most readily available module today, and oddly often available infrared converted, which we'll talk about that in a second. As a reminder, Ricoh GXR modules are different sensor sizes and types. In the last video, it was a 16 megapixel APS-C CMOS sensor, and this time the S10 has a 10 megapixel 1/1.7 inch CCD sensor. Same camera back, totally different camera. The lens on the S10 is a 24 to 72 millimeter equivalent f2.5 to 4.4 and is very compact, the most compact out of all the modules and the closest you'll get to a pocketable GXR. It's still not jeans pocketable like newer GRs are, but definitely coat pocketable. It's crazy using the same camera controls and feel with completely different specs. Not just the lens, but specs. Different modules shoot different shutter speeds, for instance, and have different video specs. You want your camera to have video? Just buy a different module. Another example would be that the S10 has sensor stabilization, whereas my other modules do not. It's the lowest spec'd overall module, but still has a nice sensor, and for the price, I think it's worth looking at for any GXR owner. At the time it was released, Ricoh did have conversion lenses you could add to this module, a wide angle and a teleconverter, so it gave the lens further versatility. As I mentioned earlier, this is the cheapest and easiest to find Ricoh GXR module. For some reason, it is often found on eBay infrared converted for about 50 bucks. I don't know if this is because the unit itself is easy to convert or if there's just somebody with a large stock of these trying to get rid of them and came up with a creative idea. In any case, my copy is infrared converted. I found the lens to be plenty sharp with a nice usable range. A little bit of flare, but not the worst I've seen. This is a compact camera, so I'm kind of grading it that way. But honestly, using the module was a little bit underwhelming. And I don't think it's because the module itself was underperforming, but just the experience of using it within the whole GXR ecosystem. A similar lens and sensor can be found in the older, much more compact Ricoh GX200, and that seems like where the sensor and lens should live, in a compact pocket camera. The Ricoh GXR felt too large for what is otherwise a very compact module, and I couldn't help but think that the S10 was really not what the system was designed for. It's not showing it off. If I was a potential customer back in 2010 when this was released, alongside the APS-C 50mm f2.5 macro module, I would have been a little bit confused. It does seem like Ricoh used this like camera manufacturers use kit lenses. It's an inexpensive way to get you going into a system, and technically it can take photos, but with the hope and the expectation that you buy the much larger, more expensive stuff. But I really shouldn't complain too much because it is cheap and the quality is there for what it is. On the plus side, it does offer you a more pocketable GXR for when you don't want to use your larger modules, and it can work as some sort of gateway drug until you can afford the larger modules. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video interesting. Thanks for all the support, by the way, which lets me try out these cool cameras. Look forward in the coming weeks to my third installment of the Ricoh GXR series, and right now that'll be my last one until I can get my hands on more modules. Check out my community forum in the description to chat with other photographers who love to shoot with old gear, and follow me on Instagram to see pictures of whatever I'm shooting with right now. As always, go out there and shoot wherever you are and with whatever camera you have. And until next time, happy snapping.